Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, the topic of our discussion is edible coating and micro encapsulation of foods. Edible coating. Edible coating generates novel products and it is the most perceived attribute of the consumers. Edible coating is used to prolong the shelf life and one of the application of edible films which is effective in extending the shelf life of foods. So what about its definition? Any type of material that is used for enrobing. Enrobing means coating or wrapping of some material with the on the product like chocolate or chocolate coating material on the product. It is used to extend the shelf life of the product and one of the important benefit of the edible coating is that it is eaten together with the food. So what is importance of edible coating? Edible coating has importance in antioxidant properties and antimicrobial properties. Antioxidant means it prevents the oxidation process from occurring in the food and antimicrobial means it prevents the microorganisms from getting into the food. So what are enrobing materials used in the edible coating? They can be protein paste, they can be polysaccharide gum based, they can be lipid and resin based. So what is protein based? Protein based includes animal proteins and plant proteins. Animal proteins, as we know, it includes gelatin, and plant proteins include soybean. What is polysaccharide gum based? Polysaccharide gum based includes cellulose based derivatives. Cellulose based derivatives include methyl cellulose, carboxymethyl cellulose, hydroxypropyl cellulose, and agar is also used as edible coating material. Pectin is used as gelling agent in edible coating, and gum arabic is used as a material that is coated on the tomatoes to protect them from spoilage, and taragum is also used as gelling agent. Lipid and resin based includes oils and fats. Oils and fats are also used as edible coating material. Waxes are also used as edible coating material, and essential oils and emulsifiers. Coating application, there is a deposition process occurs, then addition process occurs, then coalescence process occurs. In coalescence process occurs, the materials are bind together firmly and then at last stabilization process occurs. So what is the method of coatings? First of all, enrobing occur. There is a coating on the coating of a chocolate or chocolate like material on the product, then pan coating, then drum coating, then fluidized bed coating, and then spray coating. These are some methods of the edible coating. So this is the fluidized bed coater. In this process, the air from the air distribution plate is passed through the hole, and with high velocity it passes through the particles, and there is a fluidized particles formed at the end. So there is a nozzle where the materials are passed through it, and from air distribution plate high velocity air passes through it and fluidized particles are produced. So this is a fluidized bed coater where is first of all spraying occurs, then wetting occurs, and then drying, and then layering of the material occur. Next is a spray coater. In spray coater, spraying of the material is first of all done, then wetting takes place process, and the recrystallization of the materials takes place, and at last coated particles are produced. So what are the factors that affect the properties of the edible coating? Edible coating and films includes coating composition. What is the coating composition? What is coating thickness? And what is the type of commodity and fruit surface coverage? So components of edible coating include cellulose derivatives, proteins, and cellulose derivatives. Cellulose derivatives include methyl cellulose, hydroxypropyl cellulose, and proteins includes gluten and soya. As we know, gluten is a wheat protein which act as a glue to hold the structures together, and soya is derived from the soya bean. And cellulose derivatives include bee wax and carnauba wax. Bee wax is derived from the honeybee, and carnauba wax is a Brazilian wax that is usually applied on the confectionery products. So microencapsulation of foods include first of all active ingredient, and then process takes place and coated particles are produced. What is microencapsulation? Microencapsulation is a technique of the packaging in which solid, liquid or gaseous materials are packaged in a sealed capsules and they release their contents at controlled rates in specific conditions. Why there is a need of the microencapsulation? There is a need of microencapsulation because we need to control release, enhance acceptability, protection, create new functional food, and immobilize. As we know, when new functional foods are produced, it is also enhance the acceptability. So what are the methods of microencapsulation? The methods of microencapsulation includes conservation, spray drying, co-crystallization, molecular inclusion, spray cooling, extrusion, and fluidized bed, and liposomes. So techniques of microencapsulation include, first of all, spraying occurs, then melting occurs. After melting, fusion of the molecules takes place together, and coating of the material takes place, and activation. Then at last material is activated, product is activated. So what are the advantages of the edible coating and microencapsulation? So what is the food materials have increased nutritional and health benefits? First of all, this is the advantage because the products have nutritional and health benefits increased, and microencapsulated ingredients do not interfere with other ingredients. It is also the benefit that the ingredients do not interfere with the ingredients that are present in the food. And the microencapsulated ingredients can be added at any time in the processing and they remain unaltered. Shelf life can be increased from this, and sensory properties remain unaltered, and consumers are unable to taste the added capsules. Wider range of the specific products for consumers to choose them. It shows that the wider range of products can be produced with the help of microencapsulation. So what is conservation microencapsulation? Conservation microencapsulation is a process in which the phase separation from the initial solutions takes place, and the newly formed conservate phase is around the active ingredient or emulsified in the same reaction media. Why we do conservation? Unique microencapsulation technique because of the highly achievable loads up to the 99%, and control release possibilities are based on the mechanical stress, temperature, sustained release, and it also enhances the flavor oil. So what is the process of the microencapsulation? First of all, formation of immiscible phases immiscible phase is formed. It means that the two particles cannot be mixed together, and then deposition of the liquid coating core material deposition takes place, and then rigidization of the coating takes place. So what is co-crystallization? First of all, syrup blend is formed, then its concentration is added into the is added to make the supersaturated solution, and then crystallization process takes place and flavor material is added onto it, and first of all it is incorporated into the product, and then agglomeration takes place, and then drying, milling, and screening takes place, and finally a crystallized product is formed. Microencapsulation in foods, oils and fats. Fish oils, as we include, contains a long chain of omega-3 fatty acids, and it reduces the risk of the heart disease, inflammatory immune disorders, and eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid levels in the milk can be increased by incorporation of the fish oils, but it had limited access because of the fishy flavors. It means that when the fish oils are added into the milk, it has limited access because when fish oil is added, it has the fishy flavors in it. Due to this reason, it has limited access. Next is it extends the shelf life of the fish oil in powder form. So when we use fish oil in its powder form, it can extend the shelf life, it can increase its versatility and nutritional ingredient in food formulations. Fish oil powder, when combined with the micellar casein, it had acceptable taste, and its modest shelf life of the 31 weeks at 4 degrees Celsius, and it can successfully made infant formula. Recommended daily intake of the omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids is satisfied. So with the help of fish oil in powder form, we can make infant formula that is successfully given to the infants because it satisfies the needs of omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids. Microencapsulation in foods. Fish and oils. Fish oil powder successfully incorporated in infant formula at levels to satisfy the recommended omega-3 fatty acids. So when fish oil powder is used in infant formula because it satisfies their needs, and minerals, microencapsulated iron ingredients can prevent off flavor development and maintain bioavailability. So it means that iron ingredients can prevent the off flavor, and vitamins, when cheese milk is fortified with vitamin D, entrapped in liposome, higher levels of the vitamin D were found in the cheese curd. Cheese curd, it means that when cheese milk is fortified with the vitamin D, it can increase the vitamin D content in the form of cheese curd. And flavors consist of 10 to hundreds of aromatic, volatile, organic compounds. Microencapsulation can prevent flavors. It can extend shelf life and stability, control flavor release, and provide liquid flavors with a granular form. Enzymes. Liposomes containing enzymes reduce the ripening time by 30 to 50% as well as improve texture and flavor. Antioxidant, ascorbic acid, by entrapping it in a liposome together with vitamin E, is used for the protection of emulsion type foods. Probiotics, microencapsulation of the probiotic bacteria can improve its survival during storage. Microencapsulation in the food industry. There is overview reasons for microencapsulation. These are techniques, opportunities and challenges, and these are applications. Advances in fruits and vegetables. Advances, it increases the shelf life by reducing the moisture, solute migration, gaseous exchange, respiration, oxidative reaction rates, and physiological disorders. Edible coating has a high potential to carry active ingredients, reduce the risk of pathogen growth, reduction of synthetic packaging, as they are made of biodegradable raw material, and it has gaining a lot of attention in recent years. Application of edible coating on fresh fruits and vegetables. It is a promising method to preserve the quality of fresh fruits and vegetables. The use of edible coating and their application is governed by the legislations in the country. It means that the country country has the rules that is set by the government, and coating is being applied or in the country where the fruits and vegetables are to be exported. Should be mentioned that cellulose derivatives are included. If in any case, if we add the cellulose derivatives, then we need to mention them. Edible films are promising systems for the improvement of the food quality, shelf life, safety, and functionality. They can be used as individual packaging materials, food coating materials, and active ingredient carriers to separate the compartments of heterogeneous ingredients within the food. Thank you.